Hi, good afternoon. So it's been a week since my last video. So I said, I promised myself I was going to be doing a video at least once a week. If I can commit to once a week, then I will. I will not be overwhelmed by life or the demands of life, that I will also do the things that are key to me, that fulfill my purpose and my good. So we're still talking about the voiceover business. Last week, I know we discussed about how to start, how to launch, how to get a voiceover business off the ground. Interestingly enough, I got really, really good contributions from two very interesting ladies who actually wanted me to be their resource girl and walk them through this process. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining in. So I'm working with two young ladies at the moment, and I'm taking them through the steps and the process basically of starting up a voiceover business. So if you're hearing a young lad screaming, in the background, that's my son Nolan. He's in the living room, he's nanny, and he's quite loud. So I think we're all into the business of voice, in the Shirime household. So if you do hear a young baby, just know that, hey, that's my son, and he's quite the talker. Hi Linda, thanks for joining. So back to the voiceover business. So I'm working with these two ladies, and it's been really an interesting few days, and they've been able to take some of the things that we talked about, last week to heart, and they're really, really following through. They're really following through. Welcome, welcome, Edward. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining this live video. So I'm talking about the voiceover business. Hi, Adewumi. Thank you. So we're still on the voiceover business. So I'm basically just taking them through, the steps, and really teaching them about the things I did during my journey, because I think that there's no better way to teach someone than also from your own personal experiences. A lot of the time when you tell your stories and let people into your journey, it sort of demystifies what it is. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult. It's just steady, intentional steps, towards your goal. So there's a place, yes, for training. I did advise that you could actually get your training as a professional voiceover talent at the Voiceover Academy. I will only refer people to where I've had training, to where I've had experience, and where I can vouch for. So I can vouch for the Voiceover Academy. I've had training there, on the alumni network. So even if you want to register, you can ask me questions. I can take you through the process. I can hand you over to somebody who's going to basically take you through that process of registering. So if you just go to their Instagram handle, they're at Voiceover Acad. You can check their page and look at the calendar for the year and avail yourself of any of the courses that are available. So that is on training. And then for those who actually, good afternoon, Victoria, thanks for joining. For those of us who've actually had professional training in voiceover artistry and are not making money, you have the talents inside and you're keeping the talents in your hearts, and we are not aware and we do not know the bundle of talent that you have, and you have decided not to share it with the rest of the world. I'm speaking to you today. If it is something you want to do, if it's the path you want to take, if it's something you're passionate about and you are driven to do, please, I would ask you to slide into my DM, send me a message, send me an email, call. Just find a way to reach me. Find a way to reach me after this live video, and let us talk. Let us talk. They told you have a very nice speaking voice. They say, your voice, man, is so tight. As in, you have such a golden voice. Does that translate into money? Does that translate into building capacity? Does that translate in you making impacts on your society and your world? Does that add up really to anything? No. So if you're not using this voice, you're not using this gift, come and have a chat with me privately. I will tell you how. I will show you how. It's not rocket science. It's not. So the process is, after your training, how do I get clients? How do I get booked gigs? How do I put my stuff out there? How do people find out? People know me? Self-promotion, like I said last week, self-promotion is key. No one will sell your market the way you can sell your market. So I cannot sell your market for you. I can only sell my market because I understand my market. I understand what I have on the inside. I understand what it is I have to offer to the world at large. So nobody will sell your market for you. No one will tell your stories the way you do. So I would say that contact me, send me a DM, send me a private message, and let's work together. Let me be that person that will hold you by the hand and show you that this thing's very realistic. It's let me demystify these things to you, because there are people who are making a killing, they're making a success of this daily. There are people in the industry that I look up to, that I revere, that I admire, and they are doing amazing, fantastic work. They are consistently getting bookings, almost like on a weekly basis. As in, I don't understand the magic. Whether they use something to rub on their face, I don't know. But it just means that they have been consistent. And they have stayed long in the business because they have been consistent. And they have consistently worked on their art and their craft. And they keep working on their art. They keep working on their craft. They also understand. Good afternoon, Ngozi. Good afternoon, Joseph. Cherry Bless, good afternoon. Thanks for joining this live video today. I'm basically talking about the voiceover business. You know, it's the work that I do. It's the market that I used to sell. So that's what we're talking about this afternoon. I won't be talking about anything other than the voiceover business this week. So like I was saying earlier, how can you leverage on what you already have, what you've already been giving for free? Because everyone has a unique voice. No one sounds the same. We might sound alike or similarly, but no one sounds exactly the way you do. And that in itself is unique. So, how do people even know? I spoke about getting your professional demo done. I don't mean going to a random studio. I don't mean working with a random sound engineer or a random voice coach. I believe that you should work with professionals. I believe that you should work with a proper voice coach who will be able to work as a director or a creative director on your demo. The demo, like I mentioned last week, basically it works like your CV or resume. So it basically showcases the best of your vocal capabilities. So if you have a very fantastic voice and you've identified that I really want to do commercials, I really want to do commercials, I want to do radio jingles, I want to do hype, I want to do narration, documentary, whatever it is you identify that is best suited for your voice and is your interest, and where you've discovered that is your area of strength, please get your demos done and showcase those things that bring out the best of your vocal ability. 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds for each demo. So your content has to come correct. So whatever the script is that you're going to be reading or voicing, it's got to be engaging, it's got to be interesting, because casting agencies, they don't really have the luxury of time. They listen to so many entries from voiceover talents on a daily basis. No joke. Almost every ad agency has a voiceover bank in their production studio. They all have a voiceover bank. So there's a plethora of voices that are captured in that database. So for each time a client wants to roll out a campaign, they will go to those pool of voices and they will pick somebody. They don't know your face, so it's not as if they're looking at face. It's voices they're picking out. They're not looking at faces, but what makes them think of, that voice, I think this voice would be best suitable for this campaign. Okay, with the 5 or 10 options we're going to give the client, I'm sure the clients will pick one. So that's really how the process is. It's not it's not particularly a very democratic one, but that's really what happens. They don't look at your face. They don't know who you are personally. It's just the voice. And if the voice they feel will resonate and it will execute the project well, then they will pick that voice. So how does your voice stand out? So based on the last video I had last week, what really have you done with the information? Have you registered your business? Have you registered with the tax office? Have you done your professional demo? Or are you at the studio? Are you at the studio? Are you working on your demo? Is your demo still in the works? Do you have a logo? for your business? Do you have letterheads? Do you have business cards? Have you set up your invoice? Have you identified the companies that you want to target? Have you profiled your clients or prospective clients? Are you networking? Are you going out? Are you going for events? Are you here watching a live video like this and trying to get information on what to do next or what the way forward is? It's those daily steps. It's those daily steps you need to take. Those daily steps. So please, when you do slide into my DM, we will talk. We will have conversations. I know that a lot of people are greeting me. I'm greeting back. A lot of people are not commenting on the subject matter. Nobody's really asking me any questions. I really want this to be more interactive. I really want to get feedback from people in real time. That's really why I do these live videos. Not because I just like to talk or I just like my unmade up face to be seen. But I really, really want to get feedback. I want to get comments. I want to know if there are people on my timeline who are interested, who want to get involved in voiceover artistry. They want to build up a business, because trust me, it is a very lucrative one. It is a very rewarding business. It is a very rewarding business, and it's amazing that my first gig, I got the equivalent of 2 months of my salary. Good afternoon, Jude. Thanks for joining. Good afternoon, Lojumoke. Vera, good afternoon. How are you? Thanks for joining. I got the equivalent of my salary, my 1 month salary. I got equivalent of twice that amount for just one job. One day work. That's how it is. So the more work I do, the better for me. The more work I get to book, the better for me. And I'm not saying there are no days that business is not slow or work is slow. It happens to the best of us. But the point is, in those moments where I'm not in the studio recording, what are the other things I can do to build capacity? What are the other things I can do also within this voiceover business space? What are the other things I can do to build capacity? And one way I have identified is that there is already a need. People really don't know how to start. They don't know what to do. They don't know the steps to take. And it was a need I identified sometime last year, and I said I have to do something about it. Let me even chook mouths. Let me even just put mouths inside this gist, inside this hot topic. Let me just give it the attention it deserves, and let me just put mouths. So after all these few points of mine, hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that the voiceover industry is lucrative, is rewarding, is incredibly interesting, and it is not rocket science to start or to launch your voiceover business. I look forward to hearing from you, and let's keep the conversation going. Bye for now. Speak soon.